As always, the navigation menu on our course in Brightspace has all of the assignments for this week. The Learning Resource tab. The journal is due by Sunday. This is going to be our last journal for the course. Our exit ticket, and then there is the another lesson due this week, integrated writing. So this week is actually packed with a lot of great resources. We're returning to the History Social Science framework, but this time we're diving into Appendix E. Now, this provides a really great understanding of why history social science education is so important, not just as a school subject, but for us to prepare students to be informed and engaged students who are prepared for civic life. There is the second piece in the reading is on critical thinking, effective communication, and active citizenship. Now, this article argues that civic learning in schools often misses an essential element, that is engaging students in current and controversial issues that shape their communities. In recent time, over the last probably 5, 6 years, you'll find that education has become more politicized, and some teachers have steered away from some controversial issues. But you can teach controversial issues in school. We do that appropriately. It gives students the tools in order to be better informed. Primarily in secondary, middle school through high school, oftentimes you can dive into some of these deeper issues as early as sixth grade. But if you're in K3, K4, you'll likely spend fewer time on more controversial issues in the classroom. And so this article also gives us tools that we can address this gap. The purpose, well, the author's purpose in writing this is really about integrating media literacy, deliberative discussions, and how to teach students how to take action in civics. They really call this process building bridges. And my understanding of the article after reading is that this approach really helps students develop critical thinking, communication skills, active citizenship, and it all really aligns well with the C3 framework for social studies that we've spent some time on. Why this really matters is, like I mentioned, many teachers avoid current issues because of the politicized nature of some topics, but also there's a lot of pressure to cover their curriculum. So as a result, students often lose these opportunities to learn, and really learn how to analyze information, how to engage in effective dialogues, how to participate in the democratic process. The authors also emphasize that discussing real issues helps students build democratic habits, understanding multiple perspectives, and also to see themselves as capable civic actors. The other learning resources, equally as engaging. The last one on the resources, the last one of the resources to boost literacy provides, 11 steps to help students better discern what they are consuming in the media. So very, very important. Gives them the tools to really look to see and examine and interpret what they are consuming. Are they reliable sources or not? Be able to identify bias and such. So in the topics covered in Appendix E are here. Why civic learning is important, the components of civic education, and so on. There are 7 really main topics in Appendix E that I'd like for you guys to dive into over the next, this week and into early next week, since this is already Tuesday. So speaking of Appendix E, since there is a lot of information there, I want to introduce you to a tool if you haven't used it yet. This tool is Notebook LM. It's an AI-powered research and note-taking tool that uses a language model, LM, to help you work with your own documents or other documents that you upload. So the AI is tuned not just to general knowledge, but to the specific content that you upload. So it's not scouring the web, it's really taking a look at the piece that you upload, and it can do a lot of different things with this. Create flashcards, an infographic, a slide deck. You can upload a document and it'll create a quiz for you. What I've done is I uploaded Appendix E from the framework and I asked it to create an audio overview. So the result is a 14-minute podcast style discussion between two people. So after I upload this review video, I'll also upload the audio, and so it can actually play like a podcast. So you can listen to two people having a discussion about Appendix E. So it's really designed for you to be able to upload your own documents and kind of take a deeper dive into those. It supports a lot of different source files, Google Docs, Word docs, Google Slides, PDFs. You can upload a URL, text. You can copy and paste text. You can upload links to YouTube videos or even audio files, and it will do all those things that you see on the screen there. So not really endorsing one AI tool to use, but I found that this one has been useful to students with commutes or long drives, because you can upload these, listen to it a podcast style, or create flashcards or an infographic or an audio or video review.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are taking a
Next, there's a 6-minute video from the San Bernardino Unified School District. Although it's titled for second grade, the strategies can be adopted for other grade levels, and it's about informational writing strategies. So this is a great video, and it's only 6 minutes. Now, I mentioned that we do have just one more journal this week. Fascinating. So the journal prompt, it mentions an interview on public radio as a good starting point, but the link is missing. I was looking for the link, couldn't find it, but you'll be able to respond to the journal without listening to this NPR video link. So if I am able to find it, I will post it. So the prompt. In today's digital age, elementary students are exposed to a vast array of media content daily, from television, movies, social media, and online. Discuss the role of media literacy in promoting safe and responsible use of media. Highlight the importance of teaching students about global citizenship. Now, interestingly, in California, AB 2876, media and AI literacy. So it says that this assembly bill says that AI literacy will be woven into existing course subjects rather than taught as a single separate class. That means language arts, social studies, math, science, all the main course subjects should have elements of digital literacy woven in. So the direction from CTC or from the State Department of Ed is that we incorporate media and AI literacy into the relevant curriculum frameworks. So it's not okay, today we're going to be studying AI literacy. It's as you go throughout, it's going to be woven into your course throughout the year. Some of the key elements are that instruction will include teaching students to recognize misinformation, propaganda, and to think critically about what they encounter on social media and other digital platforms. It goes on to say that students will learn about the principles, applications, and ethical implications of artificial intelligence to prepare them for an AI-driven market and world. So I will also post the AB links to AB 2876. You know what I might do also? I might upload that to Notebook LM and see if it gives us a mind map, and I'll post that on our announcement page as well. So we do have a lesson. And so for this lesson, we will use the same lesson plan template we've used previously. In this lesson, you are integrating writing instruction with content knowledge. Select one of the writing genres for the grade level. Writing standards 1, 2, 1. Writing standards 1, 2, or 3. Opinion, informative, or narrative. Students will write on a topic related to the content area. You'll explicitly teach students to plan, develop, provide feedback to peers, revise using peer-teacher feedback. So, and it goes on. So it's going to look a little different. K1 through 3, we've got a few K folks in here, K1, 2, and 3. So go back to the ELA, ELD standards, history, social science standards, to see what writing K through 3 students should be able to do, and design your lesson around those skills. Lastly, we have an exit ticket and 3 things you learned, 2 things you want to try, 1 helpful, interesting point from the weekly overview video. That's this video, and that's going to be due by Sunday. Hi everyone, that is it for this week. Thank you for your patience on getting this video out on Monday instead of Sunday. We're going to get back on our regular schedule of having office hours Wednesday. So if you have any questions, please join us Wednesday evening, 6 to 7. And the Zoom link is in it's in our announcements, but you can also find it under course information in Brightspace. Have a great week.